9 of the October Horror Movie Challenge, and today's film from 2008 is The Strangers. I didn't see this when it first hit theaters. I saw it right when it came out to video, and when I watched it, it gave me a true sense of paranoia and terror. I mean, one, you're watching it at home. I was watching it by myself at home, and this film is super effective. Like, it starts off very bleak. You can tell shit's happening with the couple. To get to this big empty house, that's when, the strangers arrive, who proceed to torment them for the next hour and a half. And to me, I don't really watch horror films for fear or scares or anything like that. Like, I'm not scared of, like, The Exorcist or anything. I think The Conjuring messed me a little bit because of some personal stuff that was happening at the time. But generally, the things that give me more fear is real life shit. This did, and actually Harry Brown, which isn't a horror film, gave it as well. Human beings are pieces of shit. Human beings are scarier than vampires, werewolves, zombies, you name it, because they're real. Ghosts you can debate on, but ghost films are so overdone, and argument can be made that films about human behavior are overdone as well. But in horror, you have stuff like this. You have stuff like Halloween, but Halloween, it's a slasher film set around Halloween. Same thing like Friday the 13th movies. This here isn't really a slasher per se. It's more psychological. They are fucking with just one couple throughout the hour and a half long film. And it just shows how demented people can be. When they run into the kids at the end, super fucking creepy. The film ends very bleak. I applaud the film for being so fucking bleak. Especially a Hollywood movie like that. Of course, it's 2008. It's the summer of Iron Man, summer of the Dark Knight, which also actually ends somewhat bleak as well. You have all these big, joyous blockbusters, and then, a studio releases this here, and it's like, oh, by the way, fuck you. We're going to show you, death of a couple. We're going to show you how warped the human mind can be. And it's actually a little bit more subtle. Like, watching it last night, I was noticing a lot more subtlety to everything. You don't see as much as you think you do, which is great. Plays with the mind and makes you think you are seeing things that aren't there. A lot of times what you don't see is more effective than what you do see. Sometimes less is more. The sequel went opposite of that. I honestly barely remember the sequel. I remember it was a lot more neon lit. And I remember the trailer more so than the movie itself. But yeah, The Strangers is definitely one of the more effective horror films of the past 20 years, pretty much ever. I legit think this film gives chills because, you never know who walking down the street is going to walk up and fuck with you. Like, I watch ghost videos and stuff online, like Nuke's Top 5, Mr. Nightmare, and, they do some freaky ghost videos for sure. But the stuff that's, to me, is the scariest is when you just see random people walking up to people at night, or ring bell videos. I want to have a ring bell on my door just so I can see what the fuck is happening at night, because people are deranged, people are fucked, and the human race is scarier than any monster. But tomorrow I will be back with 2019, and capping off on Sunday with 2020.